Hello and welcome to Nanny Moon's Crochet. My name's Sally and today I'm going to do a 20 crochet questions tag. I was tagged by Litsa of Coco's Crochet to answer 20 crochet questions. So here we go. Number 1, how old were you when you learnt to crochet? Now I was about, I don't know, 9 or 10, and I learnt to do, I was knit, so I could knit quite well at that age, but then I must have seen a crochet granny square pattern somewhere, and my mum taught me how to crochet, although she didn't particularly crochet much, but she knitted mainly, and so she taught me how to do a square. So I just did lots of squares and then joined them up, made a blanket, but that's literally all I did. And then as I grew up, I didn't bother. I wasn't so hooked on it like I am now, but you grow up, don't you, and you know, raise your family and whatnot, and I didn't really bother then. But then back in I'm sure it was 2016, I bought a magazine, or my husband bought me a magazine, I can't remember, and it had a, just one sec. Oh, sorry about that, back again. I thought I was all organised and I wasn't. So the next question was the first thing you remember making. So like I said, it was years ago. It was a granny square blanket, but when I started up again in 2016, I think it was, I got this magazine, and there was this, it had the yarn. This was this little unicorn. In the magazine, there was the pattern and the yarn and the eyes and everything to make that. So I thought, I'm just gonna give it a go. So I watched lots of YouTube channels. Who did I watch? Krista at the Secret Yarnery, and Jada from Jada in Stitches, to learn the stitches. And then I made that for my great niece, and she still got it. She absolutely loves it, so I was quite proud of that, really. Thought that was really good for my first go. So that's number 2. Number 3, the make you're most proud of and why. Sorry guys. Oh, back again. Thought I was more organised than this. Do beg your pardon. The item that I'm most proud of, last year, Litsa from Coco's Crochet, she did a crochet along a cowl 2023, and what it was I made a blanket, and it was like a sampler blanket. So she chose different colours to use, and there was different stitches, and that's a pattern. You can see it a little bit there. Mum's got it now, she's in a care home, and I made it for Mum, so you can see a bit of it there. I haven't got a fuller picture, but she absolutely loves it, and it looks absolutely beautiful on her bed. So I was really proud of that, because it looks really bright and colourful. Number 4, what's the oldest yarn you have in your stash? And I looked at what I've got, and some of it I've had for a long time, but a couple of years ago Mum was having a sort out, because she she was knitting, but she didn't knit so much, and she used a thicker, an Aran weight. But years ago she used to knit a lot with this mohair. She made a lovely jumper. I think these two colours were together, but it's quite thin, and I know like me, Mum has asthma, and I think the bits coming off it was making her cough and that. So anyway, she'd got these two, and I thought, well, I could either use them together or just make something small with them. So and it actually still smells of Mum. It smells lovely. So those are my two. Not sure what it is. It's obviously mohair, but it's quite thin, but I love those colours as well. They're my favourite colours. So that's my my oldest yarn. Number 5. Are you a knife or a pencil grip? Well, I am definitely a knife. Hold it like that. Definitely a knife grip. Number 6. Do you prefer Boye or Susan Bates style hook? Now then, these are like Boye type hooks with that little hook. I had these off Timu, and this is 4mm, and it's got a nice long they're really comfortable, and I like them, but I don't know, I just, with some projects I think the amigurumis are struggling a little bit. So I ordered these Prim, a number 4 and a 5, and they're actually like a Susan Bates style, and I just absolutely love these. That's really smooth. So I'd have to say probably I might be changing, maybe go over to a Susan Bates. Number 7, favourite brand of hooks. So I would have said like the Clover type. These just aren't a brand, but I think right now I'd have to say the Prim, because I've started using, I've only got a 4 and a 5. I thought I'll just try, and I absolutely love that it's plastic and not the metal. So pays you to just buy the odd one of different types. You get the one you like. So I'd have to say Prim at the moment. Number 8, favourite hook size or range of sizes. And a range of sizes I think would have to be 4mm, 5mm and 6mm. I don't very often, if I'm doing a blanket, and I'm using, because it's a chunky yarn, I'm using a 7, but generally it's a 4, a 5 or a 6. I'd say 5 would be my perfect hook. Number 9, favourite weight of yarn. I couldn't decide between double knit and Aran or worsted weight, a size 3 or 4. Just depends on the project really. So I couldn't really choose between DK and Aran. Yeah, I like them both. Probably Aran because it just works up a bit quicker, but depends what I'm making. Number 10, favourite yarn, fibre and why. I think 100% it's acrylic, although I've been using the polyester for some of the plushies, you know, the that's 100% polyester, but I always go for acrylic, and the reason being, if I've made little baby items or blankets or garments, I don't make many more garments really, but the main reason is you can wash and you can tumble dry. You can do I think you need to be able to wash and tumble dry, and I've never really bothered with wool, 100% wool or alpaca. Not really. I like bamboo's really soft, but I really, my first choice is acrylic, 100% acrylic. Number 11, feature one of your favourite yarns. Well, you probably know what I'm going to say. It's the Stylecraft Special Aran Stylecraft Special DK. I like the Stylecraft, like I said, because it's naturally anti-pilling and 100% acrylic, and you can wash, tumble dry, you can iron, not that I'd really iron, and you can dry clean, which I know a lot you can't. So you can, it's just really hard wearing. And there's, in the double knit, there's over 100 colours. In the Aran, I think there's 50 colours, so there's a lot of choice. Number 12, what is your favourite item to make? I think I'd have to say amigurumis, only because they're small, and with having 6 grandchildren, I always think, you know, I like to take them little animals. You can do them for Christmas, Easter, you know, different occasions, Halloween, whatever. So I think I'd have to say amigurumis is my favourite. Number 13, which crochet item do you least enjoy making? I haven't put anything for this because I can't. I can honestly say there's nothing that I think, oh, I don't like doing this. Litsa's answer, who tagged me, her answer was anything with a time scale, and I think probably that's my answer. Really, there's nothing that I can't say, oh, I don't want to do it. I don't like doing it, because I just love doing everything. So probably anything that's got a time scale and it's not very far away, something I've got to rush doing, maybe. I think that's the only answer I could think of. Number 13, which crochet item oh no, beg your pardon, that was that. Number 14, which is one crochet item you have yet to make? And there's one thing that I wanted to make for a long time, is Sophie's Universe blanket. It's a lovely blanket. There's a lot of, I think each row is almost different. It's a bit like a sampler blanket, maybe. But I was looking at the book on, was it on Wool Warehouse or was it on Amazon? I can't remember now. But the book is really thick, just for the one blanket, and there's hundreds of pages. I think they show you step by step, but it's a book that I'd like to have. And I mean, there's YouTube tutorials on how to do each round, so I think I'd be able to tackle it, but it looks quite difficult, although it probably isn't. But it's the one thing that I've really always wanted to make, is Sophie's Universe blanket. Number 15, describe your colour palette. And again, my favourite, I think you probably know if you know me at all, it's orange. This colour is spice, and this one is copper. Anything, an orange here, look, an orange here. It's anything, those type of colours, like gold. I like browns, gold. I suppose they're autumn colours, really. I like a dark green, or like a pine green, forest green. So I'd say it's autumn colours, actually. Autumn, probably. Number 16, what is your favourite crochet hack? And I don't know if it's a hack, but I was 100% say use stitch markers, especially if you're doing amigurumi in the round. 100% use a stitch marker for that, so you know where the end of, if you're doing a continuous round. But also if you're doing a blanket, 100% put a stitch marker at each end, because on my temperature blanket, for some reason I didn't do it one edge, and if you've seen my last episode, I've gone in a bit, I've missed. It's so easy, especially if it's a smaller yarn, it's so easy to not get that last stitch. So 100%, as soon as you've done your next row, as soon as you've done your first stitch, put a stitch marker in. So that's definitely a thing, I think, to do. Number 17, feature a pattern designer that you like and highlight one of these patterns. So what I found the last month or two, the designer is Sweet Softies. She's got YouTube tutorials, and I think these were, she has got a tutorial, but these were, I paid for these patterns. And one is Little Bunny Puff, and I did do that. Where's my little bunny? I just did it in, was it, I think it was Aaron, but tiny little bunny. Oh, that's his nose, that's his eye, yeah. Tiny little bunny. So I did that, and she also did the pocket duck. So I love my little duck. I did that in a plushy yarn, and so it came up bigger than those. But you could do the mallard look, and then or do it in white. So she's got lots and lots of lovely patterns. And there was also a little tiny, was it a dream catcher? Yeah, I can't think where that is, but anyway, but it's Sweet Softies, and she's lovely. So that's a designer that I like. Number 18, what is the next pattern you want to make? And I've just printed this off. I think it was 20 pages or more, but it's yeah, it's Paddington Bear, and he looks quite small there, but he's actually about 10 inches tall. So that little Paddington Bear is the next thing that I'd want to make. I've got all the yarn ready, so that's the next thing I'll be making. Number 19, what is your best tip for beginners? And like, other than always get stitch markers and use stitch markers at the end of your rows, I think my daughter-in-law's learning to crochet, and she's doing really well. I think she's going to a class now though, so that'll help her. But I think rather than buying lots of yarn and lots of different hooks, just buy one of each one. Like, try different size yarns. Don't go too small a thin yarn or cotton yarn if you're beginning. I think you need a bigger yarn and a bigger hook so that you can just get used to the action of doing your stitches. What am I trying to say? Don't do anything too tiny and too where you've got to poke your hook in, because it's really hard on your fingers. To just get used to until you find the best hook that you like, the size hook you like, the best yarn that you like, and things like that. So I think that's my best tip, is don't go and buy lots of yarn in a certain weight, because you might prefer a bigger weight, or if you buy a bigger weight you might prefer a smaller weight. So I think that's my best tip. That was number 19. Oh, number 20, tag someone to answer these questions. Now, I wasn't sure who to say, and I'm not sure if they've done these questions or not, but I'm going to tag Natasha from Hooks and Stitches. I don't think she's done them, but it's nice to find out their different colour palettes and things like that, and it's just nice to know what other people like, I think. So Natasha at Hooks and Stitches, Marsha from Mimi Makes Keepsakes, I don't know if she's already done it a while back, and Xander made by Xander. So those are the 3 people that I'm going to tag, and yeah, I think that's all I've got. I'm almost up to 500 subscribers, so I'm going to prepare me my giveaway. So watch out for that video coming. So I'll see you all again soon. Bye. Love you all. Bye.